going on, guys? It's your boy Ethan. Hope you're having a great day. Starting things where they left off from part one from the intro, I'm just chilling in my beanbag chair because we're going to play a long session of poker. Going into day two as a short stack isn't amazing, but just happy to be there, happy to be in the money, but definitely know that I'm going to have to chip up early and often. Got to get involved pretty early on, so you're probably going to see a lot of hands, a lot of big hands. It may or may not happen, and I'm going to be all in a few times. So hopefully you enjoy the ride. Welcome to the tournament variance roller coaster. I could be doubling up, or it could be chip leader in 30 seconds, or I could be out of the tournament. Who knows? It's going to be a one way or another, though. Let's go for that $87,000 for first place. Let's try to run it up. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get into the action. When you enter a day two as a short stack, you go into the day feeling like you're going to free roll. Either you bust and walk away with whatever's expected that you've already cashed for, or you can go all in and win a bunch. So, well, the cool thing is that I'm on a good table and it's Action City. We're playing six-handed after multiple knockouts at my table, and the blinds are going up fast. And the very next clip you're going to see is a double KO where Ace King beats Pocket Kings and Jack 9. So all of a sudden, 13 minutes in after the day two has restarted, we're down to 4 tables, 36 players left. I'm still alive, but I'm folding trash hands like 4 deuce suited. And with my stack at around 125,000 and the blinds are increasing, action folds to me. I pick up King Jack offsuit in the small blind, and this is an easy all in for about 12 big blinds. Luckily, the big blind didn't have much and folds 7 deuce. So I win my big blind back and my chip stacks up to 155,000 where I started the day. Next, in the low jack, I get rewarded for my patience 15 minutes in. Pocket Kings, baby. With about 12 big blinds in stack, it is a little too strong to jam in my opinion, so I decided to go for a min raise to 24,000. The button in position now decides to make the call, and a solid reg in the big blind calls as well. So we're going multi-way to a flop of 10-7-5 rainbow. Action checks to me, and with my overpair, I'm gonna have to go for value as we're multi-way. I bet out 20,000 here and only get the button to make the call. So heads up, out of position now to a turn of the 3 of clubs. I've got about a pot-sized bet behind, and I'm out of position here. So first to act on the turn, I'm debating between whether I should bet small or just go all in. Going all in has the risk of losing out on value, but considering how short my stack is, I don't think that matters too much. So I'm going to go for it. Going to go all in as I would do so with bluffs. I jam with Pocket Kings and he snap calls with 8-7 of clubs. He has a pair. He has a flush draw. We've got to fade a whole lot. The river is a red jack. Let's go get a full double up early on in this tournament with Pocket Kings. Gotta love that. Needed to win this one so bad, and it's nice to get the absolute maximum, doubling up, running deep in this tournament. My stack is up to around 352,000, and now all of a sudden I have so much life in this tournament. A few hands later, I'm in the big blind and pick up aces. No way. Pocket rockets, let's get it. There's a +2 open to 28,000. The hijack makes the call, who is the tournament chip leader, so he has plenty of chips to play for. And when it's back onto me, oh, you already know I'm not calling here. I'm not going to go all in, obviously, because it's way too good and I don't want good hands to fold. So I decided to 3-bet to 115,000. Definitely an above average hand to put more chips in the middle. Anyways, the +1 player folds, so that kind of kills some action. But to my surprise, I get a bailout. The hijack goes all in. No way. Snippity snap. I'm in here with aces for my tournament life again as this player covers me. If I win this, I'm going to have a massive 700,000 chip stack. He has ace queen and I have him totally dominated. Pocket aces ends up holding on the run out. Not even a sweat, man. One double up with kings, followed up by another double up with aces. That's kind of what the poker dream is made of, right? Chip stack just under 7. Chip stack just about 700,000. Moving on to level 20, where the action picks up again, where I have king queen offsuit in the small blind. There's a hijack who goes all in for about 200,000. Action folds to me, given how short people are, and this hand has really good equity considering the stack depth. So I make the call, the big blind folds, and we're up against pocket threes. The flop comes king high. The sun run continues. Turn 3, no! He finds the 2-outer on the turn, and I lose. Give him about 192,000 in his stack. That would have been so sick to scoop up more chips my way, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. Still have plenty of chips. My chip stack's about 440,000, and we can't even breathe because the next hand we get dealt in, we get some heat. Pocket 7s on the button now. Action folds to me, and I'm going to raise this one to 40,000. Small blind folds, but the big blind makes the call. Going to a flop of Jack 4 deuce 2 hearts, and the big blind checks it over to me. Only one card over my pair. Definitely have to bet to deny equity from overcards. Maybe get some value as well from worse pairs. I bet out 35,000. And for 35,000, he decides on a call. The turn now is the Queen of Spades. So another card over my pair, and I just want to get to showdown. So action goes check, check here. In the river comes another Jack. All things considered, not a bad card to look at, as it's less likely he can have trips now. Action goes check, check again, but he shows me the bad news. He had pocket 9s. Wow. Not amazing to lose this and chip down last 2 hands in a row, but all things considered, I think it's pretty lucky that he didn't go all in because I think I would have had to call a jam. All right, very next deal yet again. Dealer's dealing me some heat. I'm in the cutoff with ace king offsuit. Oh God, I'm just playing 3 hands in a row. I raise it up to 35,000 and the button makes the call. At this point, it seems like I might have a pretty splashy image as I'm playing 3 hands in a row now, but when the flop comes 8-7-3 rainbow. Here on this board texture, ace king high isn't loving the spot, but I could probably bet and just get folds a lot of the time. Anyways, that's the plan. I bet out 65,000, sizing up here on this board out of position, and he makes the call, thinking that he might have a lot of pocket pairs in range, and you know, the turn is just to drill the ace of diamonds. Yep. Thank you, dealer. Now betting as a bluff on the flop, going to bet for value on the turn. I decide to size down to 80,000. Don't think a lot of his hands that are worse than mine can call large bets, and unfortunately, he thinks about it for a while and ends up folding. I finally get to win a hand though after losing the last 2. It's nice to play 3 significant hands in a row here. Please leave a like on this video as real time. It's pretty tough to take notes. 3 significant hands back to back to back, but here we are, chipping up finally. With close to 550,000 chips in my stack, there are 30 players left. Let's steamroll through this. Moving on to level 21. I have ace queen offsuit on the button, and I decide to go all in as the small blind and big blind have small stacks. And small blind makes the call with the same hand, so not much of a sweat. I do have a spade, and he has a diamond for flushes to come that may win. And when the turn gives him 3 diamonds, for the love of Christ, fade 1 diamond on the river, please, so I don't get totally screwed. River, whew. Nice to fade a diamond. Jesus Christ. Almost lost this one that would have crippled my stack. Just a nice little anticlimactic chop chop. Stepping away from the action for just a second here. There's a redraw for the final 3 tables, 27 players left. Average stack is shallow, about 20 big blinds, and I have about like 25 bigs, so it's really not a whole lot to play for either. So high variance, gonna see what happens. Try to run it up, I don't know, keep winning. Hopefully I just keep on picking up aces and kings and keep winning. That would be a good plan. 27 left, let's go. Okay, not a lot happened, I guess, since the last time we checked in. We're on break right now. There are 23 players left. So last time I talked to you, there were 27 players. I've got 600,000, 640K. Blinds just passed. So the next level will be something where I have about 25 bigs. Something like that. I don't know at this point. Let's just try to run deep. That's all. There's a lot of chips at my table. We redraw after 5 more players bust. So keep you guys updated. Moving on to level 22 after the break, we see aces winning an all-in, and all of a sudden there are 20 players left in this tournament, and not much happens else in this level besides me raising ace-10 offsuit, then folding to a 3-bet from the button player. I'm on the big blind. The very next hand, I lose 100,000 after raising at these blind levels, and we're chipping down. But good news, there are 18 players left, and I go through a little bit of card death. At 18 players left, 2 tables left, I have 500,000 in stack, chip down to just under 400,000 when I'm in the small blind and there's a button open to 50,000. I have 15 big blinds, and looking down at my hand, I have an easy all in here. Luckily, everyone folds after I jam. I get this all in through.
all of a sudden went from 390,000 in chips to 505,000. Haven't gotten involved in too many significant pots. Into level 23 we go. We see an all-in pocket 9s versus pocket 8s, and 9s is going to hold. All of a sudden now there are 16 players left until this hand where I pick up queen jack offsuit in the big blind. There's a cutoff raise to 65,000. Action folds around to me with under 600,000 chips in my stack here. I decided to defend with a playable one. Let's see a flop, which comes 9-8-6 2 hearts. I start off with the check, and this is a board that should favor me a lot of the time. And he decides to check this one back, probably for those same reasons as he's a good player. We're going to a turn which comes the 4 of clubs now, and this board keeps getting better and better for my range, not for my specific hand though. So I'm just going to take a stab at this and bet out 110,000, thinking that I can put a lot of pressure on ace high, king high, or even one pair holdings. And for 110,000, he makes the call. The river is now the 3 of clubs, another card that should favor me more. And look, I didn't come this far to just check back and give up with queen high. I bet the turn to rep my range, and I'm going to continue doing it as he's usually capped at one pair. I bet 250,000. For the love of Christ, please get through. No, this player makes the call with king 8 of diamonds. Nice hand, David, who was the opponent of this hand. We've been battling a lot, been super friendly throughout this tournament. This was a failed bluff attempt. He caught the punt, and my chip stack is not great. I'm down to 180,000, which is only 6 big blinds. And one of the next few deals, I pick up Jack 10 offsuit in the cutoff, and action folds to me. 2 offsuit Broadway cards at my very short stack depth. Not going to go anywhere besides just going all in. And I get the jam through until it hits the big blind. And he snap calls with ace king. So close of getting my 6 big blind jam through. Sadly, it didn't work out. And we're still 40% to win this one, but unfortunately with the runouts, he holds. Ace King is going to win. I get knocked out in 16th place, which is rather unfortunate. Do have to give props to David, who is the person I gave a bunch of my chips to when I had Queen Jack offsuit, the second to last hand. He ends up going on to win the tournament. Congratulations to him, and him being $87,000 richer. Just busted. 2 minutes to go. I'm gonna have to take a look at that Queen Jack hand and see if that bluff is optimal or not. But live reactions out for like 4,500 or something like that. I'm kind of just here to win the tournament, so a little disappointed. But after the Queen Jack hand, I kind of like prepared myself to lose and not ship the tournament. Pretty hard to win when you have 6 bigs, so that happens. All right, just taking a look at the hand as played on 8-9-6-4-3. As played, it's just an all-in on my end with Queen Jack offsuit. Sometimes I check with the Queen of clubs. I don't know what the hell that is, but yeah, not a punt. Justification tool told me it wasn't, so I guess I'm okay with the play. But I'm gonna fire in the main now. That's going on, so you'll have that video coming out soon. It's always bittersweet. It's nice to run deep, but like, I don't know, I have a terrible mindset of not showing appreciation for a deep run and not making a final table or not winning. Essentially, I'm pretty upset at any tournament if I don't win it, and I'm upset like 99% of the time. So that's it. Thanks for the sweat. Loved meeting everyone that was here, everyone that said hello. That was great. Now time to fire away at the main and try to run deep at that. 4 bullets, that's the plan. You have 2 bullets max in one day, 2 bullets in the other day, and we'll see what happens on bullet number 1. So you'll have that video coming out next. Thanks so much for watching. Next time I'll try to close it out.